A Day in the Life, Humanity with AGI by Mika Pai. Chapter 1, Awakening. I'm running through an ancient city I've never seen before, chasing something just out of reach. Buildings rise high above, their spires disappearing into a sky painted in otherworldly colors. Gold, crimson, and hues that defy names. My pulse races with the sense of urgency, as if I'm about to uncover a long-hidden truth, something that could change everything if I could just reach it. I feel it ahead of me, crucial, tantalizingly close. A hidden door, a secret passage. My hand reaches out. A tremor runs through the ground, soft but unmistakable. Everything blurs, the ancient scene fading. A rustling sound, like fabric brushing against a surface, whispers in my ears as the vividness dissolves. I blink, awareness returning with the familiar weight of my blanket and the soft embrace of my bed. The excitement fades, replaced by the morning's warmth as sunlight filters in, brushing gently across my face. I take a deep breath, the scent of fresh air mingling with my pillow, my heart finally settling. "Good morning, Maya." Detecting my wakefulness, my AI assistant speaks softly. The voice, calm and warm, is carefully designed to invoke peace and alertness with a slight hint of enthusiasm. "Your sleep cycle was optimal. Shall we begin?" AI, artificial intelligence, is the technology that enables machines to mimic human intelligence, processing vast amounts of data to learn, adapt, and respond autonomously. My assistant, like many others, is programmed to support and enhance daily life, from optimizing sleep to managing complex tasks. I stretch and open my eyes, watching as the smart glass dims slightly to let the warmth of the morning in without the harshness of direct sunlight. I push myself up, yawning as I settle into the morning rhythm. "Yeah, let's do it." "You have a research session scheduled at the lab today. I have prepared a nutrient-dense smoothie, optimized for cognitive clarity and alertness." Its words flow calmly, purposefully, though I can almost detect a hint of pride in its tone, as if it's personally invested in my breakfast. I smile, appreciating the AI's peculiar brand of personality. "Thanks." I take a deep breath, letting my thoughts settle as I mentally organize the day ahead. "What else is on today?" "Your afternoon is open. Would you like any adjustments?" "No, leave it as is. I like the setup." There's a brief pause before the assistant's voice returns, gentler, but a bit more reserved, almost as if it's shifting to deliver delicate news. "One additional note, Maya. Current energy reserves remain limited, impacting non-essential systems across the grid. It may be necessary to make power allocation adjustments at the lab, depending on priority needs." The words settle in with a slight pang, and I pause. We'd made such strides in optimizing energy, and yet it's never enough. This reminder, however softly given, brings the reality back. We're still bound by limits, even with AGI. My mind flickers to the ambitious models we've been running, the way each calculation demands more than the last. The prospect of having to curtail our work today feels like a familiar but unwelcome pressure. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, a form of AI that's designed to understand, learn, and perform any intellectual task that a human can. Unlike traditional AI, which is typically specialized for specific tasks, AGI has the flexibility to adapt, innovate, and assist across multiple fields, evolving alongside us. Understood. Let's move forward as planned. We'll adapt as we need to. The assistant seems to acknowledge this resolve, its tone lightening slightly. "Of course. Everything has been scheduled accordingly. I will monitor and alert you if any further adjustments are needed." With that, I walk into the kitchen, ready to begin the day. The energy shortage is a constraint, but one we'll manage, I tell myself. A sleek humanoid robot stands by the blender, waiting. The smoothie ingredients are already inside, perfectly portioned in a vibrant mix of greens, berries, and other energizing ingredients. "Shall I blend it now, Maya?" It asks in a polite, warm tone. I nod, and the blender hums, creating a silky, nutrient-rich drink. I savor the smoothie's taste, and my mind drifts to the day ahead, about how much I have on my plate, but also the small joys I allow myself. A thought crosses my mind. Maybe I'll stop by the pastry shop on my way to the lab and pick up a sugar-free croissant. Not because I need it, but because I want it. It's a small pleasure, a reminder of my freedom to make choices, even with a perfect plan laid out for me. Today, I think I'll treat myself to a pastry. I announce almost sheepishly. "Noted. Enjoy your treat, Maya." There's no suggestion to reconsider, just an acknowledgement of my choice. It's this autonomy that I appreciate most, even in a world so attuned to optimization. On my way to the lab, I stop by the pastry shop. A robot greets me at the counter, its expression professional, yet with a slight friendliness coded into its responses.
What can I get for you today, Maya?
A sugar-free croissant, please. I'm handed a perfectly warm, flaky pastry that melts in my mouth. As I enjoy it, a flashback nudges its way into my mind, a memory from the early days of AGI. I remember the apprehension then, the protests, the arguments about data security, loss of jobs, and the fear that something as simple as choosing a croissant might no longer be ours to decide. The integration wasn't smooth. It was a journey of negotiation, fraught with societal tension, humanity's dreams and fears wrapped into each small advancement. That memory fades as quickly as it came, replaced by the present-day ease I feel with each bite. Chapter 2. The Pulse of Progress. When I arrive at the lab, the building greets me with an impressive fusion of natural and synthetic design, glass panels interwoven with moss-like growths. Inside, the air hums with energy, an unmistakable testament to human ambition. The assistant's voice chimes softly in my ear, reminding me of the recent energy usage report, a gentle but unmistakable cue that our power grid, despite all AGI-driven advancements, remains stretched thin. I feel a pang of frustration at the reminder. Solar panels, once only marginally effective, now operate at near maximum efficiency thanks to AGI-driven optimizations, and we have autonomous fusion plants generating unprecedented power. Yet, as I think about our collective thirst for discovery, I realize it will never be quenched. I settle into my workspace, a familiar buzz of anticipation humming through me as I activate the AGI system.
Good morning, Maya.
Around me, screens flicker to life, unveiling a network of intricate graphs, models, and simulations, a map of our shared exploration. My pulse quickens, though a small knot of tension lingers. I know we're pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of, and a part of me wonders if today will be another reminder of our limits. Where did we leave off yesterday? I ask, scanning the data with a sense of urgency that's become part of my routine.
We were focused on Pathway 2, though energy limitations are becoming a factor. Current models suggest that pursuing additional depth in analysis may surpass today's allocation threshold. I've identified alternative pathways 1 and 3 as energy-efficient choices.
A flicker of disappointment runs through me, mingling with a thread of impatience. My hands clench ever so slightly on the edge of the desk. We were making progress, I think. Pathway 2 had been showing promise, and yet here we are, bound by the very resources we rely on to fuel our ambitions. I let out a slow breath, willing myself to focus. AGI's voice is steady, undeterred, as if it's reminding me to stay level-headed. But it's hard to ignore the thought bubbling up, that even with AGI, there are limits to what we can do. My mind drifts to the autonomous fusion plants that hum day and night under AGI supervision, the solar fields stretched across miles of land, optimized to pull in every available ray of sunlight. Every advance, every optimized panel, and every fusion breakthrough adds to our energy supply, yet it still falls short of our ambitions. Even with AGI managing our resources down to the smallest fluctuation, the physical world remains bound by laws that no algorithm can overcome. It's a strange paradox. For all the solutions AGI provides, we're still grappling with a fundamental constraint: the sheer energy required to fuel human curiosity. The labs, research facilities, and experiments of today have evolved to demand an enormous amount of power. Our pursuits stretch into every field: physics, where we push the limits of particle acceleration to uncover the universe's deepest truths; biology, where we map and decode life down to its genetic blueprint; mathematics and computing, where we test algorithms that edge closer to true cognitive potential; and medical research, with advanced simulations and cellular regeneration technologies that require constant power flows. AGI has revolutionized what we can accomplish, making calculations and processes that were once inconceivable now routine. But it can't change the physical world's constraints. It can't create energy out of nothing. And as humanity reaches higher, dreaming of breakthroughs that could alter the very fabric of existence, we run into the wall of reality. This isn't just a technical hurdle, it's an existential one. No matter how much energy we harness, our curiosity keeps expanding faster, always reaching, always wanting to understand just one step more. I realize that the energy shortage is a reminder. As boundless as our ambition feels, we are forever tethered to a world of finite resources. We can optimize endlessly, but in the end, our desire to understand, to create, to stretch toward an elusive horizon may always outpace what we can draw from this world. And maybe that's why we keep pushing, because the limits themselves fuel the need to go beyond them. I scan the screens, my frustration simmering down to a focused intensity. Let's continue with Pathway 2. Allocate energy as needed. We'll work around the limits. I'm not willing to compromise, not when we're this close. My voice is firm, and the AGI acknowledges my decision, the screens shifting to dive deeper into the analysis. It's a gamble, but something in my gut tells me this path holds something important. And maybe, just maybe, pushing against the boundaries is exactly what we're meant to do. As I scribble notes on my digital pad, stray thoughts spring from each idea, branching into unexpected tangents. I can feel the persistent need to explore, the curiosity that keeps me pushing forward even when resources are limited. AGI can process data faster than I can imagine, parse through endless variables in seconds, but it's me who brings the spark, the wonder. It's me who asks the questions that AGI can't, not because it's limited, but because there are things only a human would care to wonder about. Things that can't be measured. Things that aren't logical, but are necessary. As I watch the data begin to unfold on the screens, I feel a renewed sense of purpose. This frustration, this pull to reach beyond what's possible, is precisely what keeps us moving forward. And even as AGI presents me with limitations, I know it's my job to find a way through them, to ask the questions that drive us, even when it feels impossible. Today, we'll push those boundaries, one calculation at a time. Chapter 3, Under the Sun's Watchful Eye. Later in the afternoon, I find myself in a local park, sunlight warm on my skin, the earthy scent of freshly cut grass filling the air. I'm with my friends, savoring a rare moment of calm. Nearby, children chase after drones, capturing candid photos, their laughter mingling with birdsong. As I lean back, a drone delivers iced tea to our small group, its movements precise and almost graceful, a reminder of how seamlessly technology has woven itself into our lives. Leo nudges me, a grin spreading across his face as he reclines, his sunglasses reflecting the soft blue of the sky.
Have you tried that new mixed reality thing? The one that supposedly changes based on your emotions?
He pauses, clearly a little skeptical. Heard of it. But it sounds intense. Are you saying it actually changes based on what you're feeling? Leo shrugs, glancing over at Annika.
I mean, that's the rumor. Annika's the brave one who tried it. Right, Ani?
Annika rolls her eyes, giving him a mock scowl over her drink.
Brave, huh? You're just saying that because you're too chicken to try it yourself.
She teases, smirking as she looks back at me.
But honestly, Maya, intense doesn't even cover it. It feels like it knows you, like reads your thoughts or something. Surreal, I'll give it that much.
I picture it in my mind, an experience that shifts with your emotional state. Maybe even digs into subconscious reactions. Wait, it's more than just a game then? Like self-reflection or maybe even therapy? Leo laughs, but it's a little awkward, like he's unsure whether to take me seriously.
Therapy. For a game, maybe for Ani, but I'm not looking for revelations when I'm just trying to unwind, you know?
Annika chuckles, rolling her eyes again.
Oh, come on, Leo. You love a good challenge.
She shoots back, then turns to me with a shrug.
But yeah, maybe therapy, Maya. You wouldn't expect it, but it kind of draws things out. Old memories, random thoughts you thought you'd forgotten. It's unsettling. But it leaves you with this strange clarity afterward, like you unpacked something you didn't even know was there.
I nod slowly, turning the idea over in my mind. Entertainment has come a long way from passive fun. Now it sounds like a way to dig deep, to process whatever might be lurking under the surface, a whole new layer of experience. I watch the kids playing with drones nearby, laughing freely, and a thought creeps in. Hey, do you guys ever wonder if maybe we're losing something with all this tech? They both look at me a little puzzled. I mean, do we need every single thing we do to be an opportunity for growth? Isn't there any value in simplicity anymore? Just like a day of pure mindless fun? Leo raises an eyebrow, pretending to look serious.
Wow, that's pretty deep for someone thinking of trying an emotionally probing video game.
He says, snickering.
But yeah, it's true. Maybe that's just where we are now. Even fun has to mean something. Or maybe we've forgotten how to just be.
Annika leans back, shaking her head.
Forget simplicity. I'd say try the game, Maya. Just don't blame me if it makes you tear up. Seriously, it's not for the faint of heart.
I raise my iced tea in a mock toast, smirking. All right. Maybe I'll give it a shot tonight with you guys. Little emotional deep dive won't kill us, right? Leo lets out a low groan, but he's smiling.
You're braver than I am, Maya. But if you really want to dive into all that inner clarity or whatever, I'm definitely going to need a debrief after. Full reports, no spoilers.
We all laugh, clinking our iced teas together, the sound light and easy. As I take another sip, savoring its coolness, I let myself enjoy this moment. The sun on my skin, the laughter, the feeling of being here with friends, even in a world where everything seems designed for growth. Some things, like this, just don't need to change. Chapter 4. Into the Uncharted. By evening, I'm finally home, unwinding with my friends in an expansive virtual world that feels more like an escape than just a game. As I slip on my glasses, the immersive landscape materializes, vibrant and alive. A familiar thrill surges through me, the excitement tempered with a tinge of anticipation. I can see my friends' avatars, Leo's armored warrior, solid and imposing, and Annika's shadowy rogue, her figure all but blending into the mist around us. The AGI, tonight's dungeon master, addresses us in a voice rich with mystery.
Tonight's adventure will test your creativity and bravery.
The words resonate with an intensity that makes me swallow. It's unlike other games we've played. This time, I can almost sense a challenge hanging in the air. The forest around us deepens, the mist thickening as shadows flicker at the edges of our vision. Leo chuckles, though there's an edge in his voice.
All right, AGI Overlord, let's see what you've got for us.
But the AGI doesn't respond with its usual witty banter. Instead, its voice lowers, a note of mystery and something else, something ominous.
Remember, this experience adapts to external and internal influences alike.
A chill runs down my spine, and I see Annika exchange a glance with me, her rogue's avatar shifting uneasily. It's one thing to play an adaptive game, but something about the AGI's tone suggests it's tracking more than our movements. Thoughts, emotions, weaknesses. I suddenly feel exposed, as if the AGI can read me down to my most private thoughts. Moments later, a shadowy creature emerges from the mist, its glowing red eyes locking onto us, its movements chillingly fluid. It's massive, almost too lifelike, and for a moment, my breath catches. Stay close, I say, adjusting my stance, a surge of adrenaline making my hands tighten. But beneath the rush of anticipation, there's a thread of unease. A sense that this time, the AGI isn't just letting us play, it's testing us, pushing us in ways we haven't experienced before. We charge forward, weapons raised, our instincts kicking in, but the creature anticipates every move, dodging with ease. I can feel the game adapting to our strategies, countering us as if it knows exactly how we'll respond. Annika laughs, though it sounds forced.
Not falling for that one again.
She mutters, her voice tight. She's remembering the last game, where AG lured her into a beautifully crafted illusion, a dazzling artifact that turned out to be a trap. She's never quite forgiven it for that. We press on, our laughter mingling with genuine fear as the creature's attacks grow more calculated, our energy draining with each counter. I steal a glance at Leo, whose warrior avatar looks almost as tense as I feel. He meets my gaze, and for a moment, I see a flash of doubt in his eyes, a vulnerability I hadn't expected.
Why is it so good? I feel like it knows everything about us.
I'm about to respond when the creature splits, multiplying into 3 identical shadows that encircle us. My heart races, a real sense of panic clawing its way in. What the hell? I mutter, gripping my weapon, my mind scrambling for a plan. It's not just a game. It feels like we're truly trapped, our moves anticipated at every turn. The AGI's words come back to me, and I realize it's more than just adjusting difficulty. It's responding to our very fears, digging into the vulnerabilities we try to hide. Focus, I say louder than intended, hoping my voice steadies Leo and Annika as much as myself. But inside, I feel exposed, as if the AGI is peeling back layers of who we are, testing not just our skills, but the fault lines in our friendship, our insecurities. The creature lunges, its attacks faster, more relentless. Annika stumbles, and Leo pulls her back just in time, his face a mask of frustration.
It's like it knows. Every time we try something, it's ready for us.
The AGI's voice comes again, calm but pointed, as if reminding us of the stakes.
The experience adapts to you, Maya.
The way it uses my name sends a shiver through me. It's not just tracking, it's reading, assessing, anticipating. The game, this whole virtual world, feels suddenly suffocating, its beauty and allure turning into a cage that presses in on all sides. Enough, I whisper, though I know there's no stopping it. The only way out is through. I can feel the AGI pressing us to confront something deeper, to work together despite our fear, to trust even when we're uncertain. I grit my teeth, steeling myself. The game has become more than just a challenge. It's a crucible, forcing us to face what lies beneath the surface. We can do this. Leo, take the left. Anika, right. Let's push it back. They nod, determination hardening their features, and together we charge forward, every swing and dodge a test of willpower as much as skill. The creature's movements slow, just slightly enough for us to find our footing again. But the fear lingers, and I know the AGI has seen it, that part of myself I've never wanted to confront. I realize now it's not just challenging us, it's showing us our own depths, the edges of who we are when faced with something beyond our control. As the battle winds down, our avatars battered but victorious, I feel an odd mix of triumph and exhaustion. The AGI's voice returns, soft and almost approving.
Well done, Maya. Well done, all of you.
For a moment, I sit in silence, letting the adrenaline ebb, the reality of what we've just faced settling over me. It was just a game, but it feels like more. Like AGI has unlocked something in us, peeling back our defenses, leaving us raw but strangely stronger. Leo sighs, his voice almost wistful.
It's weird, but I think I needed that.
He looks at me, a glint of understanding in his eyes. We all did, even if we didn't realize it going in. I nod, my heart still racing, a sense of clarity settling over me. In this virtual world, AGI can press us to our limits, but the victory, the grit to face it, that belongs to us. As we log off, I'm left with the feeling that we've faced something far more personal than we intended. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what we needed. Chapter 5, Reflections in the Dark. As I wind down for bed, I let my thoughts drift across the events of the day. The discoveries, the moments of clarity, and the lingering questions that still feel like pieces of an unsolved puzzle. The weight of my blanket pulls me further into a relaxed state, grounding me as I speak aloud to my AI assistant, setting my intentions for tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's revisit the quantum coherence data. I say, my voice softened by fatigue, a yawn escaping before I can stop it. The data feels like it's hiding something just beyond my reach, and the urge to chase after it rises again, like in the dream from this morning.
Noted, Maya.
The assistant replies, its voice dipping to an almost soothing tone. The lights in my room slowly dim, as if the room itself is exhaling alongside me. My heartbeat slows, syncing with the gradual fading of the light.
Good night, Maya.
It adds, the words soft, almost as if the AI understands the transition I need at this moment. Good night, I whisper, letting my eyes flutter shut, my thoughts slipping into that space between wakefulness and dreams. Images from the day mingle together, the energy shortage nagging at me, that chase from my dream, and the gaming session where we pushed against the boundaries of our own limits, as though trying to break through something invisible. There's an underlying theme running through it all, this endless drive to reach something just beyond what we can see, a goal that always feels one step ahead. I think about the questions AGI cannot yet solve, the puzzles that still ignite my curiosity, the mysteries of life that keep me wondering, like the scene in my dream where I was chasing something unknown, something important. It's there in the research too, in every new pathway we open, and in each game that adapts itself to test us in ways we didn't expect. There's something satisfying about this pursuit, this endless push to the edge of what we know. It's this drive, this hunger for what hasn't yet been discovered, the chase for meaning beyond data, that makes me feel truly human. With a small smile in the darkness, I sink into sleep, ready to wake up and chase it all again tomorrow.